Shout out to Chargers Unleashed, Sebastian Joseph Day. You know the vibes. We outside.
You're listening to the Chargers Unleashed podcast with your host, Dan Wolkenstein and Jake Hefner.
Welcome to another edition of Chargers Unleashed. Jake Hefner and Dan Wolkenstein here with you from the LAFB Network. Today's show, of course, being brought to you by BUSR, Charger Bolt Family, and Rock Solid Sports Memorabilia. If this is your first time tuning in to the show, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Dan Wolkenstein, 10 days remaining till the first Chargers game of the regular season against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Just want to hit something. It's been a minute since you and I have recorded together. Obviously, a busy week for both you and I that we have gone through. But I promise you, for those of you that are watching today, the wait is well worth it. Dan Wolkenstein, please tell them why.
Today, special guest in the house, Sebastian Joseph Day joins us on Chargers Unleashed. He's going to be talking to us about the offensive line, defensive line, his teammates, talking about going into week one versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Honestly, one of the best personalities on the entire team, one of our favorite guests that we've had. Can't wait for you guys to see this one. Sebastian Joseph Day joins Chargers Unleashed. Coming up next. Well, Chargers preseason is officially in the books. Roster cuts are complete. Next up, the Las Vegas Raiders to open up the 2022 NFL season. Your defensive lineman for the Chargers, special guest in the house, one of the most important additions to the team defense. Game wrecker, guitar player, you know the vibe, wearing the 6'9", Sebastian Joseph Day joins us on Chargers Unleashed. Sebastian, thanks for hopping on. How are you?
I'm great, y'all, but I got to put this out there. I don't like Seabass. Call me Bash.
No more Seabass.
That's one. I got to get that correct off the bat. No Seabass over here. The Bash. I appreciate the amazing intro, though. I'm great. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast. And we just had a great day of practice. We got after it. We did some up-tempo stuff. It was a good. It was a good week. Great week. We got better this week.
Do you know where Seabass came from?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. So I remember in like fifth grade basketball. So I was really I loved basketball, and they told me, and I had this coach, younger guy. He used to say every time I was pretty solid. So he'd be like, "Yeah, kick his ass, Seabass." I know I'm from Dumb and Dumber, but honestly, that was the only time ever after that I was ever called that. Everyone else called me Bash on the East Coast. So I didn't hear Seabass until I came out here. I feel like it's super West Coast and super weird. Like all my friends and family come out and they hear someone call me that, they're like, I'm like, that's what they called me out here. I don't know, but yeah, I go by that.
All right, I'm gonna go by Bash or Sebastian lot. I know that's your Instagram handle and all that. Look, we're going to get to all kinds of stuff to you. We have some fun in store. Talk about this offense and defense. Talk about the interior defensive line. Get to know you a little bit better with the segment we call Hot Takes Cold Beer, which I think you'll love. But just to kind of kick things off, Raiders coming to town September 11th. What are you looking forward to week one? I know you guys are looking forward to scratching at the bit to kind of get this thing going.
Yeah, I mean, we're just looking forward just to, come together as a team and just, play another opponent. Obviously, we had a taste in that with the Cowboys, and that was a good time, and that was fun, and that was a great test. Cowboys are a great team, and they gave us a lot of good looks, but it was going to be the first true test as a team that really counts. We putting it all together, all three phases. So we're just really excited. Raiders is a great team, obviously. With their new head coach and great pieces, so we're excited to get after it.
Sebastian, tons of moves made in the Chargers for the Chargers this offseason, bringing in all kinds of different talent on both sides of the ball. Yourself, Austin Johnson, JC, Khalil Mack, Gerald Everett, Kyle Van Noy, list goes on. Yeah. Talk to us about what it means to yourself and the players knowing that the front office is this invested in this team's success.
Oh, I mean, it means a great deal to us. They want to win, and all the players that I feel like they brought in, they all want to win, right? They all want to win as well. So I just think, everyone's on the same page. And, it's a beautiful thing when you see that all intertwined, all come together to create some cohesion within the team. And, that's how special things happen. So I'm just excited to be part of it, man. It's a blessing, and it's the reason why I came here, man. I don't want any other way.
Yeah, and a lot of familiarity, obviously, that you have with Coach Staley, but you going up against a whole brand new list of names on the offensive line. The rookie Zion Johnson, Matt Filer, Corey Lindsley, the rest of the all-line unit. But what stood out to you when you get to go up against these guys in practice?
Oh, it's great. I think their style of play, is very rugged, very smart, detailed technicians. I mean, like I said, I've gone against Corey in previous occasions. Corey's by far the best center I went against, and being able to go against him every day is awesome because we get to just duke it out, right? Iron sharpens iron, and Matt's from Bloomsburg. I tell him every day because I mess with him. I'm like, Matt Filer, Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, because I actually grew up. I grew up in Stroudsburg. I was born in Jersey, but was raised in PA, so I know that area really well. And I know people out there, they're rugged, man, rugged, tough, lunch pail. So every day is a battle with those guys, and we're just getting each other better. And it's no other way you want it to be, right? Duking it out each and every day.
We're talking to Sebastian Joseph today, a.k.a. Bash. Covering this Chargers team for a while, we've seen how important an interior presence is to a defense and what can happen when it can't impose its will on an offense. We've also seen you dominate for a while. I'm curious from your perspective, what separates, an average or good interior defense from the great ones?
I think what deteriorates both of those are the ones that can adapt and do multiple, can stop you in multiple ways, right? Because all offenses are different. And nowadays, the league's gone to a lot of spread stuff, right? A lot of spread, we can get the ball out quick, So I think being able to not only be rugged and be able to stop the run when you need to, but also be able to spread it out with the offense and be able to stop them passing. And we can also stop the run, even though we're spread on defense as well. You know what I mean? It's just being adaptable, being able to always be ready for what the offense is going to throw. Always, never being a step behind. And that's what it is nowadays. Nowadays, offenses are so advanced to do such a great job getting the ball out fast. They have these amazing weapons, amazing receivers, amazing backs, amazing quarterbacks that can run now, right? So now that's another thing. So it's just being able to always finding ways to being one step ahead of those offenses and being adaptable as well.
It's interesting. I feel like the last couple of years, Chargers fans all over the place and folks covering the team, there's been such a heightened scrutiny and such an importance placed on the trench game, both offense and defensive line. And now that we have kind of this revamped defensive line with yourself, Austin Johnson, there's a lot of folks kind of questioning and just wondering, from an interior defensive lineman, that mindset, that point of view, take us through what that mindset is like, whether it's on a passing down or a rushing down. What's that processing like for you on a play-by-play perspective?
Okay, so obviously, you're lining up. As soon as you get to the line, you're seeing what formation the offense presents you, right? You're reading your clues, reading your tips that you've studied, things like that. Not just the tips of what the offense presenting, what formation they're in, but also the tips of what the offensive line, the men that you're probably against, is giving you that you've studied. And then you put your hand down and you just read your key. You go off of what you've studied and what you know about that person that you're going against, and the keys that maybe you studied that you were able to pick up on or not, maybe not be able to pick up on, and just go. And obviously technique. I'm kind of shortchanging it. A lot of technique that's involved, a lot of hand placement that's involved, and stuff like that. But that's honestly the simplest way I think I could honestly break it down for people to understand without making them confused a little bit.
No, you're good. You're good. All right. We're wrapping up before we get into hot takes and cold beer with Sebastian Joseph Day. A couple more for you before we get to that segment. You've played on the same team as some quarterbacks. So Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford with the Rams. Now you're playing alongside Justin Herbert. What does it do to a defense or to you, when you're going up against a quarterback of his caliber? And how does going up against him in practice kind of benefit you and the defense as you begin to kind of prepare for opposing teams this season?
Oh, for sure. I mean, of quarterback like Justin, man, he's top tier, right? Top tier, and going against a guy like that each and every day just prepares you so well as a defense. I mean, if you think about it, he's kind of what I was talking about earlier. One of those offenses that they spread you, and they could, he could beat you passing the ball, he could beat you running the ball, he could beat you running with the ball himself because he's athletic. Justin's athletic, so going against a guy like that every day in practice is unreal. He definitely makes us better in every facet of the game. And run, pass, all of it, because he's so versatile, and he's intelligent, man. Really smart guy, and it's really awesome to be able to go against him every day. I guess it's better for sure.
You mentioned real quick. You mentioned in your press conference about, I think you mentioned annoying Justin. I think it was last week or so.
Yeah.
I'm sure you already gave him kind of your coveted Bash stamp of approval, but. Take us into what that was like. What was the thing that annoyed him? Like when he got so sensitive, I think he said, walk us through that story.
Well, I kind of want to keep that in house. I feel like I have to keep Justin. But there was just a little banter back and forth. And he wasn't happy. Let's say, obviously, I had a good rep, and he wasn't too happy. And some things were said, and I was kind of bothering him for the rest of practice about it.
Love it.
But it's okay. It's okay. It's all love, and after that, we shake it up. We hug each other. We say, it's all love. We're just competing with competitors. We all want to be great, and that's good. That's good because like I said in the press conference, I think competitive excellence is bred and happens under pressure and under those situations when you're annoyed and when you're mad and when you're tired and and when people are stop it. And when people, that's Sony Michelle, my dog.
Sony?
Yeah, and when people and when people are challenging you, because
sure.
I think it's either fight or flight in that regard, right? So it's just a positive thing. And afterwards, dap it up. It was all love. It was all love. It was all love. We hugged it up with chuckled the guy in. Kept it pushing.
Nice. Sebastian, let's talk about another one of your teammates. Brandon Foko got very emotional this week during his press conference following his announcement that he made the 53-man roster. Obviously, very well deserved for him. We've also seen the bond between you guys from the early days at camp, shutting down the whole blockbuster nickname for the interior defensive line, and then just the two of you had just have such a great camaraderie with one another. But what's the chemistry been between you and Brennan as well as the rest of your teammates on the D-line?
Oh, yeah, Braden's, man, great dude, hilarious, loves the game, rugged, plays those double teams, rugged, and we're not the blockbusters. That shit's out of there. Get that BS out of here. We're just rugged, plain and simple, up front, rugged. That's all. That's all we're going to be. That's all it is. But, Bray, for real, had a great camp, and Flash did a lot of great things in the run. And even in the past sometimes. So even in the past at times. So, huge shout out to him. He's just a great dude, happy, always smiling, always bringing great energy. Definitely a positive energy guy in that locker room, right? That keeps everything lighthearted and keeps everyone smiling. But one thing I do love about Bray is that, we joke around, but when it's time to lock in, we lock in. And he understands that, and him and I have been able to bond, off that in general. We can have fun, but it's time to lock in. It's lock in. The line room as a whole, though, is great. Great personalities all around. Austin Johnson's funny as well. Morgan Fox. I played with him for 3 years. Great dude. CC, Jerry, Joe Gaziano. Just great camaraderie. Great group of men that just want to be great and just put their head down and work each and every day. And I think when you have men that do that and have one common goal, special things happen. So hopefully, we just keep that same mentality and that same mindset and keep it going.
I love it. We're wrapping up with Sebastian Joseph Day, Sir Bash a lot or Bash. All right, Bash, we have one segment. It's called Hot Takes Cold Beer. Basically, we give a phrase. Hot takes means you agree. Cold beer means you disagree. Got 5 quick rapid-fire questions for you on this. You ready?
Wait, don't set me up, though. Don't set me up. Don't ask me.
I got you.
Let's go.
All right, Jake, go ahead. Kick it off.
Now.
All right.
I have to put that out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sebastian, I mean, there's quickly before the question comes, you just seem like you've been part of this team for 10 years, the way that you've gained so much camaraderie with not only your teammates, but the fan base as well. I kind of actually thought you missed your calling as a conductor when you're out there just, raising your hand up, getting everybody to cheer and be quiet and then cheer again. But you just have such a great personality. But is Sebastian Joseph Day the biggest trash talker on the Chargers defense? Hot takes or cold beer?
I think it's cold beer because, believe it or not, have you heard Joey Bosa's mic'd up? I mean, that boy be talking, and you see some clips of Khalil. Bad man, that's a bad man right there. I think
yes.
I think it's going to be a pretty fair share of everyone on that defense. I think it's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a good time overall.
Okay. All right, we got a ton of hype guys on this defense, a lot of personalities. Next one, hot takes, cold beer. Derwin James is the biggest hype man on this Chargers defense.
That's a hot take. I like Derwin. Yeah, he brings the energy. He brings the juice. He brings the juice. And at the moment I stepped in this building, energy guy, hype man, getting everyone going. And Derwin's just a great dude, and it's awesome because that's kind of my personality as well. So I think it just meshes really well. And Derwin's a great dude, outstanding person, number one, outstanding person, and amazing football player. So that's hot. That's true hot take for sure.
Love it. All right, you appeared on the one and only Mike Tyson's podcast, Hot Boxing. So I'm sure you're familiar with Tyson's reputation in the ring. Hot takes, cold beer. Sebastian Joseph Day can take a punch from Mike Tyson.
Ooh, I wish Mike Tyson in the prime or now. Nah. That's cold beer. I ain't never taking that. I don't want that. Have you seen those videos of him working out?
Oh yeah.
He was wearing like this thick old pad protecting himself. He's flying. No. I ain't even messing with that. My dog's Mike. He love that. Mm-mm.
Now, Sebastian, we've had a lot of your teammates on here really talk about their love for music, and we know who is not allowed to touch the aux in the locker room. We've heard that, obviously, who's not allowed to touch it. But Nasir Adderley has the best taste in music on the team. Hot takes, cold beer.
Ooh, that might be cold beer, my boy.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, listen, man. Everyone's musical taste is different. You know what I'm saying? All we know is that we're not giving Braden the ox. Plain simple. That's what we know for sure. That's not happening. So
yes,
yeah, definitely.
Gotcha. All right, and then last one, and we'll get you out of here. So for folks who do not know, you have your own food show called Dine and Bash, and it's been a minute since we've seen an episode. So hot takes, cold beer that Dine and Bash will return for a second season this year.
Hot take. It is coming back. Dine and Bash is coming back. Yeah, we actually have a bunch of episodes lined up. Just camp and everything like that, and also hot boxing with Mike as well. Yeah, co-host.
Let's go. Can't wait for that. Sebastian, thank you so much for joining us, man. This has been so fun. And honestly, Chargers fans, everyone in the community, they love having you on this team, and they've embraced you, and you're one of the fan favorites. I know you do a ton with the community. I know Bashing Hunger is one of the charitable initiatives that you are on that focuses on combating food insecurity, increasing food rescue. So I know you do a ton for the fans and for the organization, as well as for the community. Anything else you want to tell the great friends of Chargers Unleashed before we get you out of here?
I just want to say thank you very much for accepting me and opening up your arms to me, to the Chargers community. It's been super fun so far, and I'm just excited. The team and I are excited just to go out there and just do great things and just play hard for y'all. Because at the end of the day, there's no NFL without the players, and there's no NFL without the fans. So we thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate the support, and God bless. Thank you very much for having me.
Love it. Sebastian Bash, thank you so much for joining us. It's been so much fun. You see him number 6 out on the field going up against the Raiders week 1. Thank you so much, Sebastian. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, man. The vibes outside. Yeah, let's get it.